Now, President Trump did caution against blaming Saudi Arabia for the the disappearance of Khashoggi before an investigation is completed. Roll that tape.
Hopefully it's working out. We'll find out. We'll get down to the bottom of it. I hope that the king and the crown prince didn't know about it. That's a big factor in my eyes, and I hope they haven't.
Well, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo reports to the president about the situation later on this morning. Joining us now is General Jack Keane. General, this is all about retaining an ally to help contain Iran. That's what this is all about, isn't it?
Well, yes, that's certainly one of the central challenges that we have, certainly in the Middle East. It's also about the fact that clearly we need regional stability, and you're talking to that there, but also oil is sustaining the global economy. Half of the world still depends on oil coming out of the Middle East. And we're also trying to keep a lid on Islamic terrorism, and the Middle East is the breeding ground for all of that. So you put all that together, and we've had a 70-plus year relationship with Saudi Arabia, and it's largely about trying to maintain stability in the Middle East and be an anchor for the last 38 years against Iranian aggression.
No matter what, whatever punishment we mete out to Saudi Arabia, we're not going to break that alliance against Iran, are we?
No, and I don't think there's anybody is really calling for that, except very few congressional leaders will advertise that as a policy. It doesn't make any sense. Look, something horrific has happened here. It's going to set back the relationship for sure. I think, Stuart, it will actually change the relationship to a certain degree, because I believe our policymakers, when all is said and done and the facts are out there, will set some conditions for this relationship going forward that are different than what we have held them accountable to in the past. And by that I mean we're going to want this regime to be more transparent with us, to be more accountable to us, so we can trust them more than what has been happening. And I don't think we're going to just continue on the way we have been in the past, but we will not get a divorce, so to speak, with this relationship.
General, as a military man, I want to quote the president's tweet on the migrant caravan this morning. Just a few minutes ago, literally, this is what he had to say. In addition to stopping all those payments to these countries, which seem to have almost no control over their population, I must, in the strongest of terms, ask Mexico to stop this onslaught. And if I'm unable to do so, I will call up the U.S. military and close our southern border. Would you like to see the military get involved in this, General?
Well, as best I can tell, there's nobody coming across that southern border that have guns in their hands and threatening the American people directly, and that's really the job of the United States military, to protect us from that kind of an onslaught. I share the president's view 100% that we have an open border, and we don't have a sovereign country with an open southern border like that, where people can come across and seek refuge anytime they want. So, but what we really need is the Congress to pass laws that can support the Border Patrol and the customs agents, and therefore enforce a border policy that makes some sense.
It sounds almost like...
I don't think...
Well, it just sounds almost like... not desperation, that's the wrong word. But they're approaching. They will be at the border if they're not stopped. They'll be here in, what, 18 days? Election day. And that is a crisis.
Well, I also think there's likely some political things going on here, but I'm not an expert at it, why they're coming at a time when the election is arriving. I do think he's right to appeal to the countries that we are providing aid to solicit their support in stopping these people from coming across, and certainly from Mexico itself. But listen, I mean, this problem is so much larger than these 2,000. We just heard from the Secretary of Homeland Security and the Secretary of Human Services said we have 13,000 youth, children, that entered the country by themselves last year, and we are taking care of them. That is the problem we have with this open border. The Congress of the United States has got to act so our law enforcement officials can do what's prudent, and we don't have to use the United States military, certainly, to do something like that.
All right, General Keane, always a pleasure having you on the show, and thanks for being here today, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good talking to you, Stuart.